Look, we've absolutely all been there. You're staring at a blank screen at 11 p.m., desperately trying to format a presentation for the next morning. You ask an AI image generator for a miracle infographic, and what do you get? Absolute garbage. The labels are overlapping, the numbers make zero sense, and the text? It looks like some kind of alien language. Well, I've got good news. That ends today. In this definitive explainer, we're taking the top AI presentation methods of 2026 and putting them head-to-head. Our goal? To find the exact tool that's going to let you stop making slides manually. Forever.
I mean, just look at this before and after. This is our new reality. We honestly used to just accept that painful, hallucinated text because, well, at least the layout looked okay. But look at the difference on the right. We're talking crisp, flawless, professional infographics that literally look like they were built by a high-end agency. And this massive leap in quality, it's entirely thanks to a new baseline model called Nano Banana Pro. It has completely fixed the single biggest problem with AI visuals, which is text rendering.
So, here is our roadmap for the explainer today. We'll start with the AI revolution powering all this, then look at research and adaptive design, end-to-end native workspaces, accuracy and designer control, and finally, we'll wrap up with our ultimate verdict.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the Presentation AI Revolution. So the absolute powerhouse running under the hood of everything we're testing today is Nano Banana Pro. But here's a fun fact. That's actually just the commercial code name for Google DeepMind's Gemini 3 Pro image model. When this thing launched back in November of 2025, it was a total game changer. It single-handedly took AI presentations from being, just a cute little gimmick to an absolutely mandatory enterprise tool.
And this wasn't just some tiny incremental update, guys. This was a massive paradigm shift. Because it's built directly on Gemini 3 Pro, it is the very first image model to reliably render perfectly legible text straight into the visual itself. Plus, it flawlessly supports over 80 languages, and get this, it outputs in jaw-dropping 4K resolution. It's not just spitting out decorative art anymore, it is building real, usable, data-accurate slides.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, Research and Adaptive Workflows. If you are drowning in a massive amount of data, Google's NotebookLM is absolutely your first stop. You really want to think of it as a hyper-intelligent workspace. You just dump in all your stuff, right? PDFs, meeting transcripts, web links, whatever you have. It digests that entire knowledge base, and then, with literally one click in the Studio panel, it synthesizes what used to be a chaotic 50-page document into a highly structured, totally logical slide deck.
So, it's fundamentally the best tool out there for distilling deep research without losing the actual narrative thread. But we got to talk about the hard truth here, because it does have limitations. Since it relies on pure Nano Banana Pro visual output, those slides, they're completely flat images. You can't just click into a text box to fix a typo at 2 a.m. Imagine you spot a single wrong digit in a pie chart right before your big meeting. Well, if you want it changed, you have to prompt the AI to regenerate the entire image from scratch. Add to that a hard cap of 15 slides per deck, and it becomes pretty clear. This is for quick, high-level synthesis, not granular, finicky editing.
Which brings us right to Kimi slides. When you open up a brand new project in Kimi, you are forced to make a choice right at the starting line, using their mode selector. And honestly, this specific choice is the perfect illustration of the single biggest dilemma every presenter is facing in 2026.
I want to slow down here for a second because this right here, this is the core trade-off of modern AI presentations. On one hand, Kimi's adaptive model gives you a standard, fully editable PowerPoint file. You can click anywhere, you can change any font, tweak any color. It is highly practical, but, the design is pretty standard. On the flip side, their Nano Banana Pro mode generates these mind-blowingly cinematic visuals. But exactly like NotebookLM, it's a flat layer. You cannot directly edit the text. So before you even start building, you really have to ask yourself, does this specific meeting require ultimate editability, or do I need breathtaking visual impact?
Let's look at Section 3, End-to-End Agents and Native Integrations.
Now, what if you just don't want to make that trade-off manually at all? Well, if NotebookLM is your researcher, Manus AI is basically your full-time end-to-end presentation designer. This thing is not just a simple slide generator, it is a fully autonomous agent. You type in a broad topic, you take a step back, and Manus just takes the wheel. It researches the topic, writes the outline, picks the best layouts, and automatically builds every single visual for you.
Because Manus is using Nano Banana Pro natively, you are getting ultra-premium quality right out of the box, with absolutely perfect visual consistency from slide 1 all the way to slide 20. But the real killer feature here is the export workflow. It seamlessly packages this high-end output into a working PPTX, a PDF, or it just syncs it directly to your Google Drive. When you need a highly polished deck and you want to expend absolutely zero effort to get it, this is for sure the tool you want.
But hey, a lot of enterprise users out there just don't want to learn a completely new platform, right? If you basically live inside Google Workspace, you'll be happy to know Google natively integrated this exact technology straight into Google Slides. The magic happens through two main features. There's the Help Me Visualize panel, and then there's the incredibly powerful Beautify This Slide button.
The friction here is practically non-existent. Need a specific bar chart? Just type it into the sidebar. And boom, it drops right onto your canvas. But that Beautify button? That is the true game changer here. Instead of spending 20 agonizing minutes dragging shapes around and perfectly aligning text boxes, you can just brain dump plain, boring bullet points onto a stark white slide. Then, hit that button. The AI instantly reads your context, matches your specific company theme, and generates a perfectly polished visual layout. And the best part? It remains fully native and editable. The only real catch is that you do need a paid Google Workspace or AI Pro subscription to use it. Next up, Section 4, Accuracy and Designer Control.
Okay, for the power users out there, speed and pretty pictures are great and all, but what about truth? HIX AI caters directly to the enterprise crowd. Sure, it exports into beautiful editable PowerPoint files, but it actually brings one incredibly unique feature to the table that completely separates it from the rest of the pack.
It literally fact-checks itself in real time. Look, we all know the absolute danger of AI hallucinating numbers. If you present a pitch deck to a room full of investors or a quarterly report to your board and it's got a fabricated statistic in it, yeah, that's a career disaster. HIX AI actively verifies its own generated claims against live web sources while it's actually building your slides. So when absolute accuracy is completely not negotiable, HIX is your built-in insurance policy.
All right, finally, we have Alai. And let me tell you, this one is the designer's ultimate weapon. The developers behind Alai, they didn't just plug into a basic API and call it a day. No, they trained their system on over 1,000 real-world, high-end agency presentations. It actually understands proper design standards. It gets negative space, it understands typography. It's kind of wild.
Alai's absolute superpower here is what they call the toggle ratio. It gives you an outline before generating anything and allows you to individually toggle each slide. You want this one to be a standard, highly editable slide? Done. You want the next one to be a stunning, cinematic Nano Banana Pro slide? You got it. You get to completely mix and match. Your title slides and visual-heavy slides get the breathtaking treatment, while your complex data slides remain standard and easy to edit. It basically offers the holy grail of high consistency across the whole deck with uncompromising post-generation control.
Which brings us to Section 5, the ultimate verdict.
Okay, this is your master matrix. Seriously, grab a screenshot of this right now. Let's do a quick recap. If you're synthesizing massive research documents, NotebookLM is your winner. If you need a breathtaking visual and you don't care at all about layer editing, go with Kimi's NBP mode. Need a free, fully editable standard deck? Kimi Adaptive is for you. Want a complete presentation built from a single sentence with absolutely zero effort? Manus AI. If your whole team practically lives in Google Docs already, the native Google Slides integration is a total no-brainer. Are you terrified of fake numbers sneaking into your pitch? HIX AI's live fact-checking is mandatory. And if you demand the absolute highest visual quality mixed with total, granular designer control, ALA takes the crown.
6 amazing methods, 1 incredibly powerful core technology. Guys, the days of fighting with misaligned text boxes at midnight are officially over. The power to create world-class presentations is literally sitting right at your fingertips. Thank you so much for joining this explainer today. My challenge to you is simple. The next time you have a deck due, please do not open a blank template. Pick one of these 6 tools based on your exact workflow and just let the AI do the heavy lifting. So, which one are you going to try first? Dive in and we'll see you next time.